hey there! Welcome to another Flush Studios video. I made a short film called Little Lucha and the Big Deal. It's a wrestling film that I made with my friend Scarlett Moreno. We wanted to work together on something. Through Seed and Spark, we raised $15,000 to make the movie. And that's a lot of money for people like us who are used to making incredibly low budget movies. I learned a lot making it and I want to share that information with you. What did I learn making a short film with a budget and a pretty large cast and crew when I'm used to working with incredibly low budgets? Sometimes budgets sound bigger than they actually are. $15,000 sounded like a lot of money to me. In fact, when we talked about making the movie, I thought, what are we gonna do with $15,000? But after the Seed and Spark campaign, how difficult it was to raise that $15,000, basically begging, having to communicate with people all the time what we were doing, locations, flights, food for cast and crew, props and costumes, everything takes up that budget. And when you're spending $1,000 on location, $2,000 on music, a few $100 here and there on food every day, $15,000 goes by fast. $500 or $1,000, it doesn't feel like a ton of money until you do it 6 or 7 times and realize how quickly that money disappears. And often that money is gone before you even get deep into the edit, before you even think about the festival run, and before you think about distribution.
That's right. Forgot about that.
It takes a lot of money to get these projects made. Every filmmaking decision you make has a price attached to it, so you have to really plan and dig deep into what is important to you and where you want that money to go. Prioritize what actually appears on the screen, what gives the movie emotionality, and have someone that you can communicate with. That's why it was wonderful having Scarlett on the movie. The two of us were able to discuss it and come to terms with what ideas we wanted to do. The second thing I learned on Little Lucha and the Big Deal is to always trust my gut. If something feels wrong, don't ignore it. Try to figure out why it feels wrong and utilize your directing skills to figure out, well, okay, if it's wrong, how do I make it something right? Scenes often look fine on paper. You read them and they sound like they should work, but then you see them on screen, you start to try to perform them, and suddenly it's different. Things aren't working the way you expected. So just like wrestling, you kind of have to take the punches and feel out what the motion of the movie is, where it's going, and what will work best for what the audience is going to see on screen. And sometimes the problem isn't something that's bad in that movie, it's something that belongs in a different project. Sometimes you have an idea for a song, you have an idea for a shot, you have this emotion you want to sell, and you get there and you're like, this isn't right for this. Because on paper it read perfect, but when you're there in the moment, you need to feel out what's happening, pretend. That's what we're doing in filmmaking. We're consistently pretending and figuring out what works. So your instincts are part of directing. It's part of being a filmmaker. Most film disasters are actually communication issues. Someone didn't understand what was supposed to be happening and things fell apart. There are unclear expectations, scheduling confusions. These little things will add up. One of the reasons filmmakers do it is because it's chaotic puzzle making. It's looking at a disaster and figuring out how do we put these pieces together. Actors need emotional context, and sometimes that can be hard for them to figure out and hard for us to give to them. These kind of moments of communication are what we're consistently learning and we're trying, and why it's fun to make movies. Low budget filmmaking runs on goodwill. Even if you have $15,000, you can't throw money at an issue that happens in the moment all the time. You have to communicate, adapt, and figure out how to make it come together. You can survive a lack of money faster than you can survive a lack of communication. I learned on this project to go big when I can. When I'm in a wrestling ring, make a wrestling movie. Don't just stick to what you think you need, stick to what you can do right there and get the footage. Get what you can and make it as awesome as you can. If you can throw up some bigger lights, throw those lights up. If you have time to go crazy with a shot, go crazy with that shot. That little moment in time only happens once, so go big. Hard days become fun stories. If you're struggling and it feels like this is never gonna get done, that'll go away. Remember that. That feeling will be gone, and what you'll be talking about is how awesome that day was, how you got what you needed, and how you figured out a way to solve the problem that was at hand. Try weird shots. Toss people around in a moment where people can be tossed around. Be safe, but experiment. Try stuff. Give actors permission to play when it's that moment to play. Just trying to make Scarlett laugh in a few moments led to some of the funniest parts of the movie, and it wasn't something scripted. Preferably an out-of-state draw. So, what are you, crazy? It wasn't something planned, it was just something I rolled with, and it looked great on camera because I went for it.
Okay. No more gassing me up. Do you truly believe in this moment?
More than. Why is that so funny? If you're making something niche, lean into that niche. Lean into what you have. Don't be scared that your audience isn't going to understand it. Be excited that they are. Biggest thing I learned is that audiences remember commitment, and when you go for it, they will take notice. And lastly, the people matter the most when you're on set. Movies are the project, but they're also memories attached to people in a moment in time. Especially when you're making something for yourself. We got $15,000 to make that movie, but the people who gave us funding did it because they wanted to see me and Scarlett's movie. They wanted to see who we'd bring into our circle, and all of the people involved, whether they gave money, whether they came to be on set, whether they were in post-production, or whether they came to the theater to see the movie, they are the ones who matter. This is why we do it, for those memories. It's cheesy as hell, but we form friendships along the way. It becomes like summer camp to be on a movie set, and the stories I tell from every movie are some of my favorite stories I have. So the joy of making weird art together is why we do it. Years later, you remember the people first, and the movie matters, but the people are the reason we love making it.
Okay, so walk me through this, guys.
Okay.
I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close on you.
I'm rolling.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'll just go.
All right, those are 5 things I learned making Little Lucha and the Big Deal. I'm so proud of this movie. Go check it out on the Flush Studios YouTube. Let me know in the comments some things that you've learned making movies, some things you've learned from being a part of the independent film community. That's why I love doing this. I love talking to people. I love the comments. I love the communication. So make sure to keep this story going and keep the fun happening by talking about your process. Make sure to check out the Flush Studios Patreon. There are tons of behind the scenes there, tons of fun stuff. All right, thanks for tuning in to Flush Studios. As always, stay rebellious, keep kicking ass, keep doing what you do. Thanks, everybody.